Are you doing the introduction, Phoebe? Say metal. Can you say metal? Say metal. Good girl. Good metal. High five. Yeah. Metal kids, how we doing? It is Sunday night, time for the weekly chat. Got a lot to go over tonight. It's been a busy week. Lots been going on. It's been a pretty good week overall for me. Work was not as horrible as normal this week, so I guess that's good. Race night was last night. I'm going to go over that here in a second. Got a doc appointment tomorrow where I'm going to have a consultation to see if I can get scoped to address that abdominal discomfort that I've been having because, you know, it's kind of annoying. So that's getting done. So today I posted a couple video shorts. I was able to put the Carrera digital chip in Kurt's old Evolution Superbird. No, sorry, not a Superbird, a Dodge Daytona. And it's like from a 2008 car. It was so old it had a big slider switch and everything. The switch is actually right here. You know, look at this. Kind of neat. But anyway, whoops, I dropped it. So, yeah. So we removed that and just rewired the two things. It worked pretty good. His braids were shot. I was able to jerry-rig some braids for him and managed to get them stuck in there with some hot glue. And all the tests, they did great. I don't know if you got to watch the short. The car is really fast. I don't know what the deal is with those really old cars. Maybe it's just because the motors are so old. I don't know. It's odd. But I think Kurt did run them a lot. I don't know, though. I'd have to ask him. But he's got another one, and we're going to probably convert that one over to digital as well. The tires were kind of no good, and since we have all Paul gauges on all the cars, ironically, the tires from the 454 Chevelle fit on that perfectly and worked great. So that's good, because when I put it on the track, it was actually kind of high-centered because the tires were so deteriorated. The front tires are still okay, but I'm going to see if I can find some replacements. I got to call Carrera Slots and talk to them. A lot of times they'll know what tires you need if you give them the number, and they may have them, or something that will work in them. You know, they may have to end up being urethane, but, you know, if it is, so be it. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. But yeah, check out that video. I did say a bad word when I was doing the track test, so sorry if I offend anyone. We don't want to do that. It's not our goal, but, you know, sometimes it happens. I do flag these not for children, so it's all good, right? Okay. So race night went really good last night. We filmed 5 races. Everybody was here, both the Daves, Mike, Kurt, Den, Adam, the usual race crew, 7 of us. And Mike got in on several races, as did Kurt. Those guys didn't get over here quite as much, so, you know, it's good for them to get in there more and get a little bit of practice in, because it does take some time to learn this. It really does. I mean, I've been doing this a long time, and we're finally starting to get, I think, you know, noticeably better at this point. And the track's been the same for some time, too, so, you know. But that's just the way it goes. That's a hobby. Getting better is a great achievement. So that's pretty cool. We do have one race up. It's the GT race, and I had a great accomplishment in this race. This is the first time ever that I've done a race where I did not deslot once the entire race. I'm very happy and proud about that. It's very cool. My Audi does run really well, so it served me really good. I've got some other GTs, but the Audi seems to be the best for me, at least at this time. You know, I picked up that RTR Porsche, the 911, and I really love that car, but it's a slippery car in the back, even with the good tires. I'm not sure why. It's kind of like Kurt's Expo's the same way. It really likes to fishtail on you, which is fine and dandy, but I mean, that doesn't always work. And, you know, we're running full magnets, you know, at least in that part. I'm working to get the guys to have multiple cars so that we can have, you know, a car with the magnets and then a car with the rear magnets removed. And then we want one more car with the the Carrera, no, not Carrera, the Piranha 21K motor. I don't know if anyone's tried one of those. They make the car really fast. Dave the Hatman's Callaway Vet is running one of those motors in it. I had it in my Audi for a while, but he really liked it and wanted it, and I'm like, oh, here, that's fine. So we put it in his car, and he really loves it. It makes the car pretty much fast enough to keep up with Adam's old number 16 Cheetah, number 14 Cheetah and the number 16 427 Cobra Jet. Both those cars are really fast. Those are the ones we call the supercars. There is a supercar race that's going to come up this week, so that'll be pretty cool to see. But anyway, those motors aren't available right now from the guy that I got them from, and I can't find them anywhere else. He's expecting to have them in November, so we're probably going to end up at least getting 2 or 3 of them, because I think Kurt wants one now because he tried out Dave's supercar, the Callaway Vet that is, and he loved it. And it is challenging though to drive that car with that kind of speed. It's not quite as clingy as the Cheetah is or the Cobra Jet. The Cobra Jet's just a little bit below the Cheetah on clinginess. There's actually somebody about 2 hours away who has that set for sale, and I'm thinking about picking it up. And if I did, I just would repaint the Cheetah and the Cobra. I'd do the Cobra in golf colors, I can tell you that right away. And I'd probably make the Cheetah red. But anyway, we'll see. I don't know yet. But all right, what else do I got? I actually made notes because I had a few things to go over. We are going to do some track changes. I think I mentioned that we're sliding out around the corner with the way the start light is. It's just a little bit too close. I figured this was going to happen when I put the start light in, and I was planning for this eventuality when I changed it around. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell Pinbot back here because I need to. I don't play my pinball machines that much, and 2 of them are broken. Anyway, Pinbot fully works, so I'm thinking about selling that one and getting that out of here. Then I can put the Doctor Who out here. Then I can move the track out about 2.5 feet. And that'll give me a lot more room to do stuff. And I would really like to put my S-curve snake section back in from the old track. That's the one thing I really miss from my old track, if you've watched any of the old race videos. Okay. Got some progress on the Legends cars done. I'm going to show you that here in a second. I did go ahead and bite the bullet and buy the Carson chips for these, just to keep things easy. They're super easy to put in. They're just a plug and play. The slot speed plug and play chips are going to be coming out hopefully soon. Those guys are supposed to come in at around $20 is what they're saying. They've got a Facebook page if you want to check it out. It's the Slot Speed Digital Converter is the name of the group if you want to get in on that and look at it. It looks really cool and promising. Then there was somebody else that posted one, and I don't remember what group it was on, but it was another decoder. I think it was just a Carrera decoder that has a bunch of custom wiring points where you can even put like a little mini screen and have like your number for the GT races like they have on their windshield if you've watched the GT races. And you could even do like exhaust lights to make it look like you have, the flames coming out of your exhaust, which that'd be pretty sweet, I have to say. I need to see that in operation, and then, I don't know if I want to mod up a car that much. Sure I do. But, we'll get to that whenever we get to that. So, very cool, very cool. I was on Eric, the Slot Car Wildman's chat, shout out to him, the other night, and we got to talking about horror movies, and we brought up Phantasm, and then I was like, ooh, it'd be cool if somebody out there, I don't know if there's anybody out there that wants to or is willing to. If so, shoot me a message. We've got email now, tojuracing@yahoo.com. Shoot me an email. I really want to get like a little Phantasm tall man figurine to put on the track somewhere. That'd be really cool to put somewhere. Having little horror icons on there would be kind of neat. Because, I do enjoy my horror movies now and then, and Phantasm's probably my favorite series. Tall Man's my favorite horror villain. And we've all got ours, Lots of people like Freddy, lots of people like Jason, Anyway, you get the deal. So yeah, if anybody wants to do that, that'd be really cool. I put up a video of how to make a guinea grinder, an Italian guinea grinder. Anthony Bateman, if you guys have ever checked him out, he's got kind of a cool channel. He's a good guy. Anyway, he was talking about grinders, and I said, hey, I got a really good grinder recipe. I'll send you. Then you can just make your own. And then I was like, hey, I should just make a video. I commented on it once, and a couple people said, yeah, you should do it. So I went ahead and did it. I was making the grinders anyway, so no big deal. So check it out if you want to. It's really easy to make, and they're really, really good. So, and you can kind of fiddle with the recipe yourself and, be a chef and change it and make it your own. That's what cooking's all about. So check that out if you're interested. Kind of cool. All right. Oh, and before I've got to comment on this again. This tire truer is amazing. It works so well. You can tell we use it all the time. Before every race, we pretty much get our cars. We do a quick little true, only for a moment or two to scuff them up. Then, you know, you pop it up and you can clean them just amazingly with this part. Better than, you know, like if you're using a rag and what have you, and it doesn't put the pressure on the car due to the lifting it all up and stuff. If you don't have one, you really need one. You can check out my video. I'll post it up here in the corner where I did the review, and it has the links and everything to it. So check that out. All right. All right, now, progress on the Legends cars. So I got the body painted up. This is going to be, like I said, in the golf livery. I think I'm going to do orange on the fenders and then a stripe down the middle. I'm not 100% yet, but it looks pretty good. Good enough for a slot car. And I did get some work done on the bits. I'm going to use blue on the rims since I'm going to do orange on the fenders to have a little color coordination. There's a few extra parts here because I'm going to paint a few things for Dave the Hat Man's. I'm painting up his motor and his grills and stuff for him, and what have you. There's a lot of little parts in this thing, and I'm going to make my driver have his outfit be the golf livery with orange gloves and orange helmet. So there's the body, and I'll have to paint the legs up, but here's the cab and all that stuff. Very, very cool. Very cool. So there's the progress on those. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm hoping maybe I can get one of these done this week. I do have to pick up some glue for the axles because you have to glue the gears on and what have you. And I did get those guardrails on. Let's go into the track room and take a look. Let me turn this music down here. Had some Robert Plant going. Robert Plant's probably my favorite solo artist of all time. All right. So here we got the safety wall up. This is where we lose cars a lot. So this worked several times during the races, which was really cool. And then I put these right here on this that's the part where they spin out and go off the track. So I added that in there. And then the rest of them, I finished off the pit wall along here, which looks really nice. So here's Kurt's old Superbird, if you guys hadn't seen it. It's a really, really cool car, and I like it. I really like it. Orange just looks good on Mopars, I do have to say that. It really does. So, very cool, you know, and it's next to Adam's. Here's what's interesting. Look at the tire difference. He's got these wimpy little thin tires, and then these are, you know, nice and a lot beefier. And those are nice size, but you know, those are kind of small. You know, and this is one of the newer ones, and this is a 2008 one. Quite difference. And there's my little surgery work. It's not perfect, but it works. So that's cool. There's Phoebe again. You pretty girl? You are. Oh yeah, there's one more thing I wanted to bring up. Before we sign off here, this is going to be a quick one tonight. I do have some shout outs to do though. Before I do, so I mentioned that when we did the GT race, I was able to achieve getting my full race in without deslotting my car. When we had the hot rod race, we have a 5-car hot rod race it's just chaos. Well, anyway, other Dave with his Ford Capri, that really sweet Rasta colored one, he achieved the exact same thing. So outstanding, Dave. Congratulations. That's a real achievement to do the whole race and to never deslot your car. It really is. It just shows that we're finally starting to learn this and get the hang of it. But, you know, then the next race will probably stink. But, you know, that's racing. That's the way it goes. Okay, a couple quick shout-outs. Shout out to Ken at Mostly Carrera Slots. He's got a really cool channel. You should check it out. Dan at Slot Valley, the HO guy. I might be joining a live chat with those guys this week or next week. Probably this week, I'm not sure yet. We've got a couple things in flux on that. But Dan and I are talking. It's pretty cool. Dan's able, it's amazing. And I kind of want to figure out how he did it too. I mean, I want to learn from him how he did it. Anyway, he has made HO cars. He wired them up with the Carrera chip and is running them on a Carrera track. He had to change out the braids and the guide and all that, but it's just amazing when you see it. And they're bullets. They're hard to see. And they're changing lanes and all that. It's pretty cool. Shout out to George at Area 51. He's been doing some great body making with the 3D printers lately. Really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. Dave at Shotgun Dave's Customs. He made a really cool little Ratfink guy with a slot controller and a nice track accessory person to put on your track, which was really neat. And he's been doing some really neat work. Check him out. He does some neat stuff. Tom Work at Slot Car Misfits on Facebook. He's got a great group in there. I think a lot of us that watch all these channels are in there. I know Dan's in there. Joe from Rara Carrera's in there. So Pat's in there from Pat's Slots. And I want to give out a shout out to Pat the Potato Man. How you doing, mate? Good on you, buddy. Anyway, Greg at Clearwater 124. Greg does some really neat work. Greg built up this old truck slot car from a model. It's really cool looking. He said it was kind of tricky, but dude, that car is really neat, Greg. It reminds me of the old Paddy Wagon Hot Rod, if you guys remember that. I love those old fantasy cars that guy did. I can't remember his name though. I had it earlier today. Shout out to Salami and Slater at Johnny Hobby. Johnny Hobby's got a really great slot car channel. Lots of good info, really cool tracks, some RC stuff. It's really neat. And then Rob at Swift Slots. He made Pat talked about him, and he made a banana car. And you really got to see this banana car. It pops wheelies and it's a banana, and he made it completely from scratch. He kind of goes over it and builds it. It's a really cool and fun car. You got to love that. So awesome, Rob. So hey, check out those other channels if you get a chance. You know, we're a slot car community. Promote the community. Give them a like. Give them a subscribe. Spread the will of the goodness and all that crap of slot cars. That didn't come out good at all. Oh well, it's kind of late. It's been a long day. Got to go to work tomorrow, but it's all good. So with that, I'm going to go ahead. Todd and Phoebe here. I'm going to say goodbye from Skipper Speedway and Toju Racing. Be a kid as often as possible, because responsibility, it stinks, doesn't it? Yeah, you got to do stuff. Nobody wants to do that. And, you know, everybody have a good week, and see you later, Slot Cowboys. Race on, metal. Bye.